Hey everybody, Mr. Bognaw here. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. This video is sort of an expression of some of my thoughts of the events that have unraveled not only these last couple of months, but these last couple of hours as well. Um, so much has happened, and so many of you might have questions right now. And hopefully this video will provide some perspective on what might this all mean for you as seniors about to enter the real world, whatever that may look like for you. So thank you for tuning in. This is going to be a hard video to tackle because there's just so much to talk about. However, as a government teacher, as a social studies teacher, I feel it's really important for me to do this video. So let's get started. I'd first like to start off by saying that we live in such a great country. However, with greatness does not come perfection. Yesterday's events illustrated the imperfection of our country. Our country is not perfect. It is far from perfect. We elect our representatives in Congress, members of the House and Senate, to be our voice in American government. That is what our democracy looks like. We have representatives who represent our voice. Yesterday, the building where our representatives fulfill their job duties for their constituents, or more simply us, the people, was breached. Hundreds of Trump supporters stormed the Capitol building while our representatives in Congress were certifying the electoral votes in preparation for President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration in 2 weeks. The events of yesterday will forever be remembered. To give you some perspective, the last time the Capitol building was invaded was nearly 207 years ago, during the War of 1812. In the recent months, we have lived through such an unprecedented time, where day after day, we are faced with issue after issue affecting our daily lives. From the global pandemic affecting our lives in so many different ways, such as the state of education, or the state of our economy, or the state of mental health, or the state of our health system, to the racial injustices continuing to plague our country, to the ever-growing problem of police brutality, to the controversial 2020 election that has divided so many Americans on so many different issues, to the unprecedented events of yesterday. You've heard me say this numerous times, and I will say it again. We are living in unprecedented times. It's overwhelming and, quite frankly, quite stressful for many. You may have questions piling up in your head right now to be answered. I don't have all the answers. Frankly, no one does. And it may be hard to comprehend. However, all of the aforementioned events should not be ignored by you all. Seniors, you are about to enter the world of adulthood. These issues will not go away. In fact, they will be magnified as you get older. I am asking you all to be informed, to continue the conversation among your peers, to be involved, to use your knowledge in everyday life, to be well-informed Americans who can coherently state your positions and share them, even to those who may disagree with your stances. That is what makes our country great. Our freedoms, our liberties, our knowledge, our perspectives. Remember, we live in a country that is founded on popular sovereignty. Power is resided within the people. We have a system of checks and balances. The president does not have complete power. His actions are constantly checked by the separated power of our U.S. government. The people have the power to elect our representatives in our democracy. You hold the key to who serves in our federal government. There is a distinction between government and politics. Remember that. Even though government may seem messy, there are systems in place to ensure that it is balanced. Finally, I want to remind you all that the First Amendment allows Americans the right to peacefully protest. It does not protect the actions of the people who invaded the U.S. Capitol building. Seniors, be informed. Continue the conversation. Use your education. It's not my job to tell you what to believe. However, it is my job to hopefully inspire you to take action. We live in a great country. However, again, with greatness does not come perfection. Our country isn't perfect. It requires you to be involved, to take action. Share your perspective.